Underdog stories have long captured the hearts of people all over the world. Many are inspired, regardless of the experience being real or imaginary. In Jefferson County, Arkansas, there is a real-life story of how a group of young men overcame the odds. In 1973, the Vassar High School Pirates faced Little Rock Central in the boys' overall state basketball championship. A few years before, Little Rock Central would have been a heavy favorite to win. 250,000 people lived in Little Rock. Central was one of the largest high schools in the state. This 4A school had roughly 2,000 students. Vassar was a Class B school from Moscow, Arkansas. Vassar High School had 90 students enrolled. Moscow had a population of 650. The town was a combination of small nearby communities. This area exemplifies the small towns where everyone knows each other.
The community was a small community. We all went to church together. My auntie worked in the cafeteria at Ruby and Sam. My uncle Major drove the school bus for us, back and forth for the team.
Everybody knew everybody. If you didn't know a particular individual, if you identified your family, then they knew who you were, and they would literally give you credit based on the reputation of your family.
For many high school teams, the size of the school directly relates to the success of the program. The Vassar Pirates defied this way of thinking.
You know, we played together. We weren't selfish, you know what I mean? It wasn't no one-man team, you know. And we never disagreed about no play. It didn't matter if you hit 100 points, how many. Our main object was to win. We played to win, not to lose.
This particular team in '73, we only had 2 people over 6 feet. Our center, if I remember correct, were like 6'3", 6'3 and a half. We had one other player on the team that was probably like 6'2". The remainder of us was below 6 feet. But we were fast and all, but again, we always gave away size. I mean, I can remember playing the 2 position, and I had, at that particular time, I was probably 5'8", 5'8 and a half. I remember 6'2 and 6'3 guards. Guard me.
And we sort of like had a chip on our shoulders because we're from a small school. We wanted everybody and anybody to know that if we put the work in, we could do any and everything that we desired to do. The sky was our limit.
We played together. We didn't worry about who was shooting the ball. We didn't worry about who was getting no points. We played together. All we wanted to do when we walk off that floor was to know that Vassar done won. We done beat somebody that said we couldn't beat them.
The championship run for the Vassar basketball team does not begin with the 1972-1973 season. As juniors the year before, the team did well in the '72 state tournament. But way before that, an impressive team was unintentionally forming. Almost everyone had grown up together, and they had played basketball together during that time.
I'll say it like this: just about everyone on our basketball team was some kin to one another. Somewhere, and if you weren't any kin, you said we were some kin. And in that way, we were close.
We actually had 4 sets of brothers on the team. In addition, we had other individuals on the team that were cousins to somebody. We only had 4 members of the team that was not in some form related. We didn't just play basketball when it was organized, but we played basketball before school, during lunch, after school, weekends. We played basketball. Many of those individuals that's on this team, we started out together in the 1st grade. Not only did we start out together in the 1st grade, we graduated with 12th still together. And so we played lots of basketball together.
Because they played together for so long, for so many years, they had an instinctive teamwork that many competitors strive for, but never achieved.
During my years at Vasta, the team, we started at a younger age, growing together, practicing together, doing things together. And as we grew together, we became, again, like a family. We just became a good, wholesome team. We learned each other, what each other lacked, didn't lack, how each other thought. And that's how we gelled as a team to make sure we came together and really performed well.
We played enough basketball together that we knew where each other wanted to be, where we wanted the ball, where we wanted to take shots. We knew each other's strengths. We just knew each other. And so it was not something that we had to, in the truest sense, think about. We just did it. We reacted because we knew each other that well.
It took a while for this group to become a state championship caliber team. The 1973 team consisted mostly of 12th graders. For the class of 73 seniors, their 10th grade year was a tough but necessary experience, hardening them to varsity level basketball.
When we were in the 10th grade, we were moving from junior high to the senior high. And we were the 10th grade, we were playing against teams that was 11th and 12th graders. Because we didn't have a senior team, we were the senior team, and we took our lumps. We lost games, a lot of games during our 10th grade year.
We grew together. The team grew, I grew. I associated with coaches, and I studied what they were doing, and I took a little bit of this and that from each of them. You know, whenever we would lose, I would figure out some things that I needed to do with my team so we could win more games.
And then when we got in 11th grade, we really turned things around. And there was a good bunch behind us, which was in the, they were 1 year behind us, and they were very good too.
The Vassar Moscow basketball experience was not unique to the seniors of 73. There was a group of players behind them just as hungry and ready to show out. The junior high team was coached by Andrew Carr. They were already state champions. Next, they would bring their talents to the senior high team.
When we moved up out of junior high, Mr. Carr inserted some of us in the senior team, putting together of the junior, used to be junior high, and the senior, we formed a team. We played, some of us juniors played senior ball before time.
When we got them, which they were in the 11th grade, and boy, we really turned it on at that time. We got, I had a brother that was a heck of a defensive player, and James Evans, I'm calling a few names now because they brought a sense of toughness to our team, and it really helped us.
Senior year of the athletes, they all were agreed to really play hard and put forth an effort to try to win a state championship. The junior high team, 2 years behind them, had won a state championship. So the senior high school athletes, they were determined that they would not be left out this year in Class B basketball. So with that being so, making it to the semifinal round before their 12th grade year, they were just determined that they were going to win the state championship.
The years of playing, the crushing losses, and the support from younger players, it all helped form Vassar into a tough team that had very good offensive tools and a defense worth writing home about.
We're a pressing team, and we believe that if we could, the defense would dictate the offense. We had good outside shooters. We had an inside man, Sam Bali. He was known for scoring close to 30 points just about every game. So that allowed us to have a good outside game also, because they would have to concentrate on him on the inside. That allowed the forwards to get outside shots. We had good outside shooters, Homer Jackson, Melvin Jackson, Beasley, Rodney, these guys all could shoot. And if you couldn't afford to leave them open.
I think really what helped us and what helped me is when I had confidence and then I started developing confidence in the other players. Our other players began to shoot the basketball and was very successful. And I think that really helped us. It helped me because it motivated me to start figuring out other avenues to do to help the basketball team. And in terms of going to the boards, setting screens and using screens and things of that nature.
Vassar's full court press was a well-rehearsed, choreographed routine. The other team became an unwilling dance partner in their defensive strategy.
We used to go and play other schools and everything. They said, man, we hope y'all don't press us tonight and everything, because they didn't want to face us with the press. We played a team one time, we was in a tournament. We pressed them the whole tournament and everything. We beat them 50 points.
Everybody stayed scared of that press. They call it a 1-2-1-1. And whenever we get behind a little bit, we'll throw it. Coach Carr tell them, put that press on it.
When they had the ball, getting ready to throw it in, there's 3 men up front guarding them, one at center court and one at the back there. So whoever get the ball, 2 men's gonna get on him, the other one gonna stay right there, don't know where to pass, nowhere to pass. If you try to pass half court, the center man gonna get the ball. If you try to pass all the way down, the other one gonna get the ball. It's not that, we're gonna trap you somewhere in there to make you lose the ball. So that's where the trap was. Nobody didn't want to face us with the trap.
Looked like it changed the whole game. And man, when we got through doing that, we walk off the floor hugging each other. So my man, that's sure a bad press. Man, matter of fact, it was the baddest press in the state of Arkansas during that time.
During the '73 season, Vassar was fearless. Their confidence was growing. But there was another lesson in toughness to be had. An embarrassing early season loss created a no-mercy mindset.
There was a team that played in our district that was so much weaker than us. They came to our gym, and I really do not believe we took them serious. And we, what I call, messed around all night, was not on top of our game, and late in the game, we tried to turn it on. We couldn't turn it on. The game should not have been close, but we lost the game before our own fans on our court and broke our streak. And from that day forward, due to the embarrassment, we decided that we were not going to take mercy on anybody. An ugly example of that, later on in my senior year, I remember that we beat a team on our home court 124-32.
This mentality and the Vassar style of basketball proved effective as they cruised through the Class B tournament, beating all of their opponents by at least 15 points. In the finals, the Pirates easily beat Fountain Hill to secure the Class B championship. The Vassar Pirates were off to the boys' overall state championship. The tournament was held at Barton Coliseum in Little Rock. Their first opponent was the Morrilton Devil Dogs, the Class 2A champions. Vassar beat them 73-64. Next, they faced Conway, the Class 3A champions. Vassar beat them 62-61.
It's hard to put it in words. We were just dedicated. We knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to win. By us being so small, everybody, you know, when people think they better than you, they talk about you. This old little bit of school coming up here, what they think they doing? Coming up in here think they gonna win. We walked over Martin, tore Conway up. You know, these big schools big enough to sit our school 3 times in it. But when we left there, they knew what Vassar was.
These tournament victories and their previous ones confirmed their style of play could take down any opponent. With this affirmation, Vassar confidently took aim at Little Rock Central. Going into this game, the Pirates were not scared they were not unsure. They were ready to claim their crown.
Between the time frame between the last game we played, which I think was Conway Morton, and before we faced Central, it was 2 or 3 days. We had time to rest and stuff like that. But the main thing here, we took it a game at a time. We didn't really celebrate as far as we took the big dogs down or anything like that. We celebrated a win because we knew we could do it.
Arriving to the championship game, some of the players were impressed by the size of the arena, some were not. But all of them were focused on what they needed to do.
We had never been in nothing like this. Big old Barton Coliseum, seats everywhere. Looked like we playing in the Lakers gym. And hey, we just knew, we kept it on our minds that what we came here for. We came here, when we walk out, we want that first place trophy. And we know we was never scared. We ain't never been scared of nobody.
That first quarter, I thought our team played a little uptight, but we played hard. And I think the coach I remember him calling timeout, said, look, we're in this thing, we can play with them, the first quarter, we can play with them.
We started out kind of slow, but I got a brother at that time named Carl Evans, one of the best shooters on the team. And we all started out kind of slow because we had to get the feel of where we was. We had to get the feel of Little Rock Central. We was practically looking at giants. Man, our tallest person was 6'3". They guards were 6'3" and above. So we had to get our composure together. But after we got our composure together, Carl went to work, Sam went to work, Jimmy went to work, Eric played that defense, and I did what I did.
I think when we played them other two teams, I don't know if we were ahead of them or not at halftime. That's how I like when we went in the locker room, 7 points ahead. That was great.
As we came back out the third quarter, I think they may have went up on us 15, and they looked like they was on the verge of blowing us out.
During around the third quarter, there was a young guy named Homer Couch. They brought him in.
And they thought he was the baddest thing in Little Rock.
And he helped bring them back and everything.
But we dealt with him.
And we came back that fourth quarter. Wow, it was a different Vaster Pirate team.
We applied our press, and that's what's brought us back into the game. We did a great job in that, and we came back, and I love the way we came back.
We got back in there in a hurry. Before they could blink their eye, they was calling timeout and everything. We had shocked them and had a chance to win it right there, and just weren't able to pull it out. But we shocked them, and we were just back to Vaster, normal basketball at that time.
At the end of the fourth quarter, the score was Vaster 74, Little Rock Central 75.
Little Rock Central wasn't all that tough. They wasn't that tough. We just made mistakes. We beat Little Rock Central. I missed a free throw, Samuel missed a free throw, Rodney missed a free throw, and with those free throws, we had them beat. They only beat us 1 point.
When the buzzer went off and the score showed that we had lost, the players, they were sad, but they had nothing to be ashamed of. And I told them in the dressing room, I said, you did all that you could do. I could not ask for any more.
I remember Coach Pross saying that, hey guys, y'all gave it your all, and I'm proud of you. You played hard, and that's what I mean it for, to make sure you play hard and give yourself a chance. You did that. And like I said, I thought he did a good job of motivating us to play well. Then after that game, for him to say that, at that time, you just didn't hardly get young coaches to say anything like that.
Our people, when we got back to the gym, it like we had a parade. They was there because they said they wanted to tell us how good we done. And they did tell us, and they was proud of us.
50 years later, the Vaster basketball experience still lives on in the team. It inspires their outlook on life and how they treat the people around them.
we're just grateful to be a part of that 1973 team. That team helped to inspire us to the fact that great things can come from small places, and certainly we're thankful and we're grateful to have been part of that particular team that even these 50 years later, we reflect back on our lives and see the impact that it have made on our people's lives.
Well, I always tell my son, you know, well, he didn't play ball with his grandkids and everything. When I get out there and tell him, I always tell him, you know, from plays disaster, you know, a little bit of school like that and everything, and what we accomplished and everything. So always aim high, you know. Just don't settle for nothing and everything, you know. Do your best, you know. But Vassar, you know, it taught us all how to really come together, you know, as a group.
I'm really happy that I was able to be a part of this winning. And I came from a small school, and it was always my dream. Once I went to college, I wanted to be a coach, and I wanted to go to the top, and it was like a dream that came true. And somewhere in here, I want to acknowledge that Mr. Andrew Carr had a lot to do with the success that Vassar had in basketball.
As far as life itself, I'm proud to have attended School of Vassar. We had a lot of great teachers there. They really cared about us. They disciplined us, and they made sure the education was there. So when college or whatever you do in life, you had the education to go along with you. Character is very important. A good name is very important. And what they did there, they made sure we had all those things.
You know, wherever I was living, I always think about the guys that I played with. You know, what are they doing? Or did they have some kind of recognize, you know, the year we played? Or somebody should give some kind of, I can think about that, you know, and it finally happened, you know.
So I make a sacrificial contribution now to National Junior Basketball because of that jacket. That's why I do this as of right now. It made a difference in my life, made a difference in me. If our program, NJB, can make the difference in one kid's life, it's all worth it. And so again, I wouldn't be doing what I do in the community at large right now if it wasn't for that experience. So there's no substitute for that experience.
I remember playing college ball down through my years. Play hard, play tough. You're in school to get an education. And that's what I heard when I was in junior high and high school and from my coaches. I went on and took it to the next level. I wound up having to do the same thing because I was a coach.
Well, like I said, I'm proud of my Vassar Pirates, and I would change nothing in the world. And I'm proud of the team, the coach, and our high school.
Just, I hate, and I know we all gonna have to go that way, that the guys that has deceased have gone away, are not here for this moment to tell their part of the story. I hate that we didn't accomplish it like we wanted to, but knowing that all the things that we've done, all the people and places that we went playing basketball, we was a winner. And my brother Carl, Eric, Roy, Melvin Jackson, to all that is deceased, and to all that are still here, we were bad.